Hello, ground passers, and welcome back to Match Stories, where we talk about the tennis matches that matter without getting into the technical weeds. Today, we're not just talking about one match, we're talking about five, all different, all surprising, all upsets. In tennis, an upset is when the more unlikely player wins the tennis match, whether it's due to ranking, form, or just vibes. And in the first round of Roland Garros, we already have a few matches to talk about which have been shaking up the men's and women's draw. Let's dive into the 5 matches that have stood out as upsets in the first round of Roland Garros. Should this one have come as a surprise? Maybe not. 4th seed American Taylor Fritz lost to Germany's Daniel Altmaier in 4 sets. Fritz has been managing a right oblique injury, and he hasn't had the best of form coming into this clay season. So yes, maybe we should have had him on upset alert. And Daniel Altmire has a reputation of ruining draws in Paris. He's taking out Berrettini and Sinner here before. It's just kind of his thing. Next up is 28th seed Peyton Stearns. She came into Paris with a lot of momentum after doing really well at the Rome Open. She was riding the hype train coming into Roland Garros and was definitely one of the dark horses to watch. Her opponent was Germany's Eva Lys, who respectfully was not expected to be a factor coming into this match. Eva Lys burst onto the scene this year after making it to the 4th round of the Australian Open as a lucky loser. What happened here was Eva Lys came out and completely dominated. She won this match 6-love, 6-3. Now, maybe the weather had something to do with it. It was a super windy and rainy day. But Eva Lys has overcome a bunch of health setbacks to get here. This match showed just how confident and composed she is right now. Payton Stearns just didn't have a chance. For me, the upset of day one just had to be the match between Marta Kostyuk and Sara Bejlek. The 19-year-old Czech qualifier Sara Bejlek stunned Marta Kostyuk to win the match 6-3, 6-1. And when we say stunned, we mean literally. Kostyuk looked shell-shocked from start to finish. Bejlek's aggressive play and rock-solid consistency completely overwhelmed her. This might be Bejlek's breakout moment. Now, this one's a fascinating one. Canadian Gabriel Diallo beat Francisco Cerúndolo, the 18th seed, in straight sets. This is the same Francisco Cerúndolo who we were all looking forward to playing Novak Djokovic in future rounds. But then someone turned me on to their head-to-head. Francisco Cerúndolo has never beaten Gabriel Diallo. Diallo's big serve and heavy ball seem to give Cerúndolo problems. This is a great example of a specific type of upset, where the higher-ranked player has a boogeyman, a matchup problem that they just can't solve. It kind of reminds me of someone we have talked about before. And finally, this one was brutal. Spain's Jessica Busque Maneiro defeats the number 9 seed Emma Navarro 6-love, 6-1 in under an hour. Navarro barely got her foot in the match. I had barely had my coffee. Busque Maneiro was locked in from the jump. Aggressive, confident, completely in control. Navarro, on the other hand, started out slow. It was the first match of the day, and maybe she just hadn't even woken up yet. Whatever the reason was, this one wasn't close. The one thing I want to highlight in this video is that upsets come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes it's about a player being out of form, sometimes it's about health, and sometimes it's just a bad matchup. Tennis isn't always about ranking or momentum. Sometimes the other player just has your number. These early results from Roland Garros show us just how deep the tennis field is right now, and how fragile the margins can be, especially in the first rounds. Which of these upsets surprised you the most? Round 1 of Roland Garros wraps up tomorrow. Are there any other upsets on your radar? Let me know in the comments, and see you next time on another episode of Match Stories.